Eamon Khan here, 4 seconds out with the one and only Zak Chelli. Zak, good to see you in the new year. Good to see you getting a fight that you've wanted for a long, long time. How are you feeling heading into Saturday night?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling very privileged. I'm very grateful. I've been over 3.5 years of wanting this fight. As everyone knows, it was a controversial draw, and I did win the first fight. I got even a message from Eddie Hearn saying I won. And then now our paths have collided again, and it's for a British and Commonwealth title, so I can ask for anything better.
You obviously targeted this rematch for a long, long time, but did you truly believe, even though you pushed for it, your mentality was strong for it, that maybe Jack would want it as well?
I don't think he'd want it. I'd asked many times for it, but I think there's no choice really. The paths have collided. The British board have put me forward as well. So yeah, the time is now.
When it comes to Jack's career, off of the back of that fight and the way you performed in the fight, had you followed his career? Had you been watching him? And do you feel he's improved since you two shared the ring?
I don't know if he's improved. After me, he beat John Doherty, then he beat that Turkish dude, but then he lost by knockout, and then he lost by knockout again, and then he knocked out Heffron. Good shot. But yeah, that's all I can say about a good shot. I didn't really look too much into it. It's early, I caught him when I shot. Didn't really look too. We'll find out on Saturday. Has he matured, or like fine wine, or has he turned mouldy and old? We'll find out.
Have you two shared words since the announcement's been made?
No, we had a little awkward. Came in both at the same time. I looked at him. He looked away.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't look at me. So I mean, I have nothing towards, no anger, no nothing. Just strictly business. And I want those British and Commonwealth titles. I couldn't care who it is against. I want the British Commonwealth title. As an amateur, as a pro, when you turn pro, they all tell you they want to fight for a British and Commonwealth title and win. That's like a pinnacle achievement for a British boxer. And I want that more than anything.
When you said that, look, it's strictly business for you, but when you're saying that he looked away when you tried to make eye contact with him, do you think he feels the same way? Do you think maybe you might be under his skin heading into the fight?
I don't know what's going through his mind. I think he's more scared of my dad than me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to looking at him. Hopefully today we'll have a face-off. I get to see him in his eyes, and warn him for tonight, for Saturday night.
What about your training arrangements? I know that you made some changes heading into this fight and for the future.
Yeah.
What's that been like heading into a fight of real importance for yourself?
Yeah, well, I've got Barry from State of Mind. He's always really been there. Every title fight I've had, he's been there when I fought for the Southern era. He's been there when I fought for my English title, when I fought the WBA Intercontinental title. He wasn't there for when I fought Jeffers. I've always worked well. Barry's always been here. Obviously, my dad's there and advising me and giving me tips on the background. He's had to go off to Tunisia to look after his mum, and he's got a property out there to looking after. But yeah, he's always there in the background giving me advice. But yeah, Barry's taken a front foot this time, and yeah, being in my corner and working well. So I'm always used to working with him, and some things are a bit different, but fundamentals are always the same. And I look forward to showing it on Saturday night.
Given the way you came off and felt after the first fight, are you cautious in case this comes to the judges? Do you have that worry that, look, I've got to put this in my hands and knock him out so it doesn't go to the judges, so I don't feel the same way after the fight?
Well, I remember after the fight, Boxer actually did contact me, and they said to me they wanted to make the rematch happen because they said to me, we're not like Matchroom, we're fair. And I hope Boxer stick to it, and I do trust Boxer. I trust Sky Sports, and yeah, I hope they stick to it, and it'll be a fair fight. But God willing, I won't need the judges. I'll put them down.
The plan, look, take it out of the judges' hands, keep it in your own hands there, and get that knockout.
Because everyone loves to have a knockout, and I'd love to have a knockout, but you don't never go looking for one. If it comes, it comes.
What about where it puts you, the victory? What would you like next? Are you looking at the field for the year as we head into this new year? Do you look at outside of this?
I'm not looking ahead of it. I know in the past I've looked ahead of fights, and that's not well. I'm focused on this one. This one for me is like a pinnacle moment in my life, in my career, and I want to win the British and Commonwealth title. After this, the door opens really. Some people win the British go straight for world titles or a European title or defend it. We'll see what's on the tables after this fight.
Getting your thoughts on a couple of other things. I know that you were sparring Callum Smith heading into his fight with Artur Beterbiev. A lot of people were confident in Callum getting the victory. Unfortunately, it didn't materialise that way. But how do you feel Callum performed, and how do you feel Beterbiev did on the night to take the success away from Callum?
Beterbiev is a monster, isn't he? He's amazing. 20 fights, 20 knockouts. It's very impressive. Didn't really look into the fight too much. I was mainly focused on my own training. But yeah, he got involved too much with him, didn't he? He should have kept his distance and tried to box him off. Yeah, man. Who's going to beat Peterbiev? You know, maybe I might turn to light heavyweight and go for him.
How did the sparring bring you on? Callum, a very accomplished fighter. That'll be very much rich sparring for yourself. Did you manage to pick his brain there heading into your future and get some words of wisdom from himself?
Yeah, actually brought me great confidence. 8 rounds with him on a Monday, and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drove 4 hours, sparred with him, drove 4 hours back, 6 hours because of traffic, and then he called me back and said he wants me again on the Wednesday. Bang again, another 8 rounds. So yeah, it was a great experience, great sparring. I felt I held my own there as well. So I'm looking forward to it because he was perfect for me as well. He's about the same height as Jack Cullen, so great.
Lastly, before I bring it back to yourself, are you going to keep an eye on Joshua versus Ngannou? Were you tuning in on that?
Yeah, definitely. When Fury fought him, it was a big shock. And obviously there's this UFC versus boxing,
You've been involved in that before. You sparred Johnny Walker, right?
Knock out Johnny Walker, yes I have. But yeah, that's different. Yeah, I was a bit surprised with Fury's performance, but then again, we don't know what to expect from Ngannou. I'm looking forward to Joshua and Ngannou. Yeah, I think Joshua has the best style for Ngannou. It's more aggressive, but if Joshua's chin, I'm not sure. It's been tested before and it doesn't do too well, so it'll be interesting one to watch. I love what Saudi Arabia are doing at the moment, and I'd love to get involved with them myself.
Having had that sparring with Johnny Walker in the past, what's the main difference between boxing striking and UFC striking?
I'd say boxing is more precise. More precision, more technique into it, and a boxer's fitness, I'd say, is better. But I think that Ngannou trained pretty well to do the 10 rounds with Fury, so maybe Fury didn't take it too seriously. Maybe he was overlooking him. But yeah, hopefully Joshua takes it seriously and does the job. But yeah, when I sparred with UFC fighters, what I've noticed, they're more wild, they're more unpredictable. But there's a bit of predictability when someone's unpredictable. Just obviously take a step back and you catch them, and it's easier to catch them as well. They're not really good with their head movement or whatnot. So we'll see how it goes for Joshua.
Leave the final word with you, Zach. What happens in your fight with Jack Cullen this weekend?
A victory for Zak Chelli and pain for Jack Cullen.
Zach, a pleasure. Thanks for being SecondsOut. All the best.